What's up, YouTube? It's Artist and MC on my commute to work. And I wanted to talk about this Moon Knight with you. Thank you for coming through. This will not be spoiler heavy. You just know what I do. I don't like doing spoilers. But if I can tell you some things that are innocuous and don't give away anything, then that'll be fun. Like, share, subscribe to the video. Let's see who's in this piece. What up, Malika? Cinephilic brother, double C was good. 3000 GT ATL. All right, so here we go. Why are y'all not watching this show? Why are you not watching this show when it comes out? This was a good episode. This is the first episode of this that I stopped it multiple times and played that shit back so I could see what was happening and what was said. This was a good episode. This was a good episode. I told you that by episode 3, shit was gonna have to ramp up. Episode 3 and 4 have to ramp up, give you some new stakes, so you know what you're playing with, so you can slide into the finish with episodes 5 and 6. Did not disappoint. Did not disappoint. I knew it was gonna pop off when we went to Egypt, and shit popped the hell off in Egypt. I expected. I would say I like the style, the way they shot it, and I was right in my prediction that these next couple of episodes is going to be. That's not a spoiler because if you watch the last episode, episode 2, you know, was in charge of the body. So Mark deals with the situation. And it was something very fun that they did that reminded me of that Incredible Hulk run with Mark Silvestri, where Hulk and Banner had been split apart, right? Banner was living his own life under the earth with the mole people and the mole men. Excuse me, Hulk was, and Banner was Dr. Moreau on a fucking island somewhere, irradiating animals and stuff like that, trying to make himself into a Hulk again. By hook or the crook, they end up fused back together, but their arrangement has switched. It wasn't that when Banner got angry or whatever, Hulk would come out. It was reversed. Hulk would come out, and every time he came out, he was in the middle of some shit. That Banner had purposely put him in the middle of some shit and left the Hulk to deal with it. And when the Hulk calmed down, he switched back. So it was, their dynamic was reversed. The Hulk did not want Banner to come out. Banner was up to something. And Hulk didn't know what it was. I got some shades of that in this episode. There's some shades of that in this episode of Moon Knight, where the switch happens. Now that you know that there's basically two psyches, two personalities in one body, the switch happens, and now you're seeing it from Mark Spector's side as opposed to Stephen Grant's side. Like, what the fuck is going on? And it throws you off a bit because Mark Spector is the one you know can handle stuff. So now he's waking up in situations like, what in the hell? What did you do? Right? And it's funny. It's funny how it comes apart because you get to see Mark Spector dealing with situations, getting information. And it kind of gives you a hint at what was happening when Stephen fell asleep. Stephen gave up the body and lost control or whatever. Mark took over. Now you get to see the kind of stuff that Mark was into, right? Now, you also get to see, it shouldn't be a spoiler, but it should be a tease. You get to see Mark fight. You get to see some of the fight training that Oscar Isaac actually did, because he did a lot of fight training for this. And that's what I was waiting to see. I was waiting to see Oscar Isaac on screen doing some fight choreography. It looked pretty good. It was a lot quicker than it was in Loki, I can tell you that much. It did look a little bit staged at some points. It gets hit a little bit more than I would expect. But it did look good. The speed was there. It didn't look overly vicious like I thought it would, but the speed was there. The speed was good. It's like, okay, he has done his fight training. Okay, woo. That's all I want. I'm not expecting every actor to be a martial artist. No, but just make me believe it. It's a TV show after all. You're supposed to be in the business of fantasy and making people believe that this shit is real. Just make me believe it. He's tried. For fuck's sake. Now, from there, you get a couple of scenes that are of, I think it was Extraction. I think it was Extraction. Or it could have been Triple Kingdom, because Oscar Isaac was in Triple Kingdom. There's a little in that show, and the kid is out there fighting too with everybody else. And the kid gets the same business that everybody else gets. That shit, look, this episode made me laugh a few times. Just out made me laugh, right? Like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock at midnight, right? When I watched it. I'm watching this episode and I'm laughing out loud at some shit that happened on the screen. Kid gets smacked up. I don't know what it is with me. Maybe I'm becoming an old sadist or something like that. But kid got smacked up. And he's not a little kid, he's a teenager, right? But he got smacked up and I was like, fine. That's what you get. You're out there playing with the big dogs, get bit like they do. Like, the fuck? Now the big dogs thinking probably has some porch, right? So that was fun. Khonshu made me laugh at this. Khonshu made me laugh so fucking hard, dude. So fucking hard. Khonshu had, look, I told you I was afraid of this, that F. Murray Abrams playing Khonshu, the more I heard the voice and stuff like that, the more I was going to like that shit, right? All right, he cool. But initially I was like, nah, that's not the voice. This motherfucker boy. I laughed. I watched this one scene a couple times just to hear F. Murray Abrams deliver that line a couple times. That shit was hilarious to me. That shit was hilarious. Khonshu ain't about shit. He is not about shit. He is not about shit. He don't give a fuck about mortals. He don't. He can say all he wants to, but he don't give a shit about mortals, right? When the scene happens, you guys will see, especially y'all astute people like Maliki in here. You guys will know what the hell I'm laughing about. All you gotta do is watch the shit. You'll know exactly what I'm laughing about. You'll see me do enough reviews and reactions on videos to know what my taste and what makes me fucking laugh is. And I already told you before that Khonshu is a dick. So if I'm laughing about something that Khonshu did, it must be a dick move. It gotta be, right? The other thing is, I fucking told you guys, just last week, on Sunday, I told you, there has to be more than the two of them. Told you, there must be a third personality. Told you. Now, I ain't gonna say two more on that. That's it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. At this point. But I fucking told you. I don't like telling motherfuckers I told you so, but I didn't tell you so. But motherfucker, I pay attention. Pay attention. I got good eyes and good ears. I pay a lot of attention. And I saw that shit and I was like, whoo, fucking. Leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. Watch the damn episode. It's out today. It ain't that damn long. Now, move on in the story, and you have Ethan Hawke. I'm really liking Ethan Hawke. I really am. I even got some, excuse me, before I was asleep. I even got some emotion out of Ethan Hawke this episode, which actually there's a couple scenes in this with Ethan Hawke that I really end up liking because that Arthur Harrow character, that motherfucker got angles, boy. He got angles. He got angles. I didn't even predict or surmise where this part of the dang show was going. But Arthur Harrow's going to be a problem for this motherfucker. He's going to be a problem. In that calm voice, what the? Got three people all trying to merge at the same time on top of me. I don't know who you are, but you shouldn't be calling on this line. That's probably a fucking customer. Right now, Arthur Harrow is seeing that in this episode, you understand this motherfucker don't understand a lot about what's going on. They're telling you in the last episode that he was a former fist of conscience. Ain't even a damn half of it. That's not even a half of it. That was something. But you get some more reveals with him in that conscience shit. It's like, damn, dude, you fucked up now. Now, there's another part in it that I thought was really cool. And thank God they didn't spoil it in the fucking trailers or doing other damn reviews. I'm not either. But when the scene happens, it's cool, right? Pay attention to everything in that scene. Pay attention to everything in that scene. Everything. Background, foreground, dialogue. Pay attention to everything. Even if you have to freeze frame some shit and then go to your computer and look it up. Do the fucking work and look it up. Okay? There's a lot of stuff thrown into that one scene that's really cool, and one thing that I thought was objectionable as fuck. Objectionable as fuck. Because when the line was delivered and it was said, I was like, ah, shit. I was actually low-key pissed off. But I was more wrapped up in the story that I was pissed, but I let it rock so I could hear what else was going on with the dialogue and stuff like that. Popped up, I was like, you motherfuckers. Oh, boy. You can't have shit. You can't have shit. So it's one thing that's objectionable. And the other thing, you are going to have to pause it to catch it. You're going to have to pause it to catch it. You're going to have to. The only person that'll know what the fuck I'm talking about right now, who I've seen talk about it, is Rob from Comics Explained, or Geek Culture Explained. He's going. Everybody else is probably going to hear what he says. They're not going to catch it. They're not going to catch it. But you melanin enhanced people, you should be catching that shit. You should. I'll just leave it at that. Now, that whole scene that happens with the objection part in it is really good, and Oscar Isaac, I'm loving his performance, dude. Loving his performance. His performance, you have to understand, right? Like I said before, actors who can play give you nuanced performances when they're supposed to be playing different people, and they can give you nuanced performances just for them, so you understand that it's somebody else that's supposed to be talking, is amazing to me. This motherfucker was doing that in this scene, and it's supposed to be a whole person, different person, and you believe it. But once he goes back and forth on screen between the characters, you can see it. You can see it in his face, the way he talks, his mannerisms. I'm telling you, a bunch of idiosyncrasies. I'm like, this motherfucker right here is getting it. Boy, if they don't cut this man another goddamn contract, you better get him back. Better get him back. So, look, I can't see anybody hating Oscar Isaac's performance in this. I can't see that. I really can't. Y'all quiet as hell in the chat. Damn, y'all writing notes or what? So first two episodes, they were very good. I'll definitely watch the third one today. Yeah, you better watch the third one today, Malika. Better. Ramped up. As much as this episode ramped up and business picked up, business is going to pick up major next episode. Next episode is going to be some shit. People sitting on bated breath, pulling up a patch of sand to find out what the fuck is going on. Right? What up, Two Triv? Now, get out of the one part that I thought was objectionable. Oscar Isaac is acting his ass off, right? And I'm believing it, right? You get into the rest of the story, and I would say visually, this episode is the most fun visual. There are a lot of cool visuals. I'll tell you how cool the visuals are. I have 3 different thumbnails, probably 4 different thumbnails for this one video, because I couldn't decide between which one I really wanted to use. There was a lot of cool shit. There was a lot of cool looking stuff in it. And yeah, some of it is CG, but look, the thumbnail that I use for this right now, that looks like it's cut straight from Jeff Lemire's book. Cut straight from the book. If I had enough time to go page through it, I would show you the fucking page. It looks like it's cut straight from the comic. I swear to you. I just don't remember the fucking page number off the top of my head. I have to go back to the book and look for it. That scene, awesome. Awesome. So you understand what it means to be this level of God that they are introducing into the MCU. What it means to be this level of God. There's a few scenes, CG special effects scenes that are just like, that looks really goddamn good. That looks really good. And just the way it's framed, it looks perfect. It looks perfect. Like it's a meme all by itself. All by itself. So I had a tough time picking, and if you see the meme change, because I've already put this out now, I can't change it. It's out. This is the one it's going to be right now. I'm done with it. But there are 3 others. There are. I have to use it for a different episode or something. But I'm liking that. Now, once again, Lila is in this episode, and you get some information on Lila, how they are making her, who she is connected to, and give you some details of what might have happened previously with Mark getting his powers. Now everybody knows how Mark Spector gets his powers. The rest of the geeks on YouTube have done a great job of giving you the origin story of Moon Knight. But like I've told you guys, every time you jump medium, which means you jump from print to television to film, from film to a cartoon, it changes a little. It changes a little bit for that medium because that medium doesn't work in the same way to where you have a hell of a lot of time to tell an origin story. Okay? You get a little bit more of a sprinkling of what has happened in the past with Mark and Layla, and a little bit more about Mark's origin, what may have happened. They hint at it. They don't explain everything, but they hint at some shit. You also get that cool scene that you saw in all the trailers. Him jumping off of something and having the cable straight out. Love this. You get a different angle of it as well, which looks really awesome. And what it does is it gives you better detail on the cape. What is going on with the cape? And it's almost like skin, right? It's textured in a way it looks like skin. It does. That shit looks awesome. It looks like has that kind of texture. It looks very natural, very organic. It's being on is a lot. It is Texas. Excuse me. Now you get to see fighting, motherfucker. People getting beat up. Crescent daggers for everybody. I was juiced. I was so happy with that shit because you have to know the only person with stuff in the Marvel universe that Moon Knight is like Deadshot. I mean, not Deadshot, but Bullseye. Mark Spector, shout out to my boy Rod. 1 second, I gotta go to this. 1 second. Okay, the only shout out to my boy Ron. Hallowed be his name in the shop. The only person more accurate than Moon Knight with throwing them crescent darts is Bullseye. But Moon Knight has a 99.9% accuracy with hitting you with them fucking crescent darts. This episode, oh, you get crescent darts, motherfucker. He throwing them bitches. And I like the way that they are to where he's not actually making them. They're actually kind of mystical. It was something I used for one of my characters, my speed character. I didn't want him to have to carry a bunch of shit, but I wanted to give him a long range weapon. I wanted to give him a long range weapon. Sounds stupid, but I do, because if you're in an enclosed space, running fast is not necessarily what you're going to do. I want this person to be able to actually fight. And one of the things I did was give him the ability to create out of energy, short range weapons, right? Short to long range weapons. Cool. These crescent darts, the way he's pulling them off of his chest and just tossing them. Well, that's working for me. That's totally working for me. That means he got as many as he needs, and you don't have to go back and pick them up. That once he grabs them off his chest, they are solidified. He is throwing them and they're acting halfway like a boomerang and halfway like a straight kunai. He just gave you just straight metal in the body. Done. Now the next objectionable scene, it was just like a what the fuck scene, is y'all know what I hate. Y'all know what I hate. And there's some brothers in this one. And the brothers kind of get their ass kicked. This is they're lucky this shit was brief. They're lucky the shit was brief. That it was so much other stuff happening that I was like, what the fuck? That wouldn't happen. And then the shit is over. I'm like, okay, so we back to the story. All right, cool. But look, man. Black Widow was gone. Black Widow was gone. And unless you gonna tell me that Layla was a Black Widow, I should not see no 100-pound chick overpowering, stop powering a brother 6 foot tall. You can forget that shit. You can forget that shit. A dude about 6 foot tall with the intent of stabbing me. And I'm about 5'10", 200-something pounds. We would have a struggle stopping him from stabbing me. Ain't no little ass bitch doing that. No fucking way in hell. That bitch is getting skewered. She is not stopping a man really that big, that tall, that much weight differential than her from getting her in the gut if he wanted to. No, I don't care. Look, that part was not believable to me. Now, the part that happened after was perfectly believable to me, but that part wasn't believable for me. Get the fuck out of here. No. Nah, bitch. No. You're not a Black Widow. This is the first time I'm seeing your chops. And no. Not buying it. You better go talk to Kate Bishop. You got to take a bump. You got to take a couple bumps first. I'm not buying it. No. So that was the low key, like, oh, what the fuck? It was a what the fuck scene for me. That's all it was. Like, I mean, everybody fighting, but this shit right here is like, no, getting your ass kicked. So that's one thing. Other thing is, like I told you guys before, that people kind of missed, and they mentioned it in this episode. But what you missed in the first episode was when the first time Stephen Grant woke up and didn't know where he was, that he was healing. You see, Moon Knight can be hurt, but he don't necessarily go down from that shit. He's healing the whole time. He has a degree of a healing ability. And they kind of explained it that it's in the suit. It's the suit that's healing him. Okay.
Fine, whatever. But you do see this motherfucker can soak some damage. He can soak some damage. It's not gonna stop him from beating your ass, but he will soak some damage. I think my boy Zach told me before that there's a Moon Knight line that the reason why he wears white while he's stalking around at night is so people can see him coming and know they can't do a goddamn thing about it. That's the whole point. It's not peek in the shadows and lurk. No, he wants you to know he coming, and you can't do nothing about it. He coming. That's just what it is. So you get that idea in this episode when you see Moon Knight in full display actually fucking fighting. He don't give a shit. He in there. He in your face. That's what he do. So, what Mike could say so far, the 3 identities that have been revealed are cool. This is the thing, Malika. They haven't revealed 3 identities. They haven't. They haven't. It was a theory of mine that there was a 3rd identity. It was a theory of mine based on the first 2 episodes that there was a 3rd identity. And I said that Sunday on Shop Talk that there must be a 3rd identity because I don't believe Mark would intentionally miss a date, but Mark is kind of into Lila, right? He's married. He's into Lila. He knows that. So he wouldn't have made a date. But Steven didn't remember the date either, and he really wanted to go to it. Who made the fucking date? That leads me to believe there must be a 3rd personality. Somebody made the date with that hot ass fucking brown skinned sister. Somebody made the date with her. Wasn't Steven. Don't seem like it was. Somebody made that date. Don't. Sorry, you guys. I don't know what's going on with that. It keeps dragging. It must be running out of space. But this episode is hinted at it as well. So it's about to get crowded. I expect that next episode you will get more on that. You will get more on that and find out what it was and who it was. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and go ahead and clock in. I got a meeting in 10 minutes. It's Wednesday. I got a meeting. Thank you guys for coming through. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. And look out for the next episode of I Am that should drop tomorrow. Of course. I'm sorry. This thing is. There we go. Yeah, the next episode of I Am should drop tomorrow. I'll try to get that done, edited today, and get it up. If it's not up tomorrow, then I'll catch it on Friday. But I've been Artisan MC. Thank you guys for coming through. Go watch Moon Knight on Disney Plus. This was the most exciting episode for me. Got a lot of stuff I wanted, a lot of reveals, lot more lead-ins to the next stuff, and definitely we'll be talking about it on Shop Talk Live this Sunday. So I will see you guys then. Peace.